We have hit 3,000 subscribers here on the Katie's Coasters YouTube channel, and I am so beyond thankful for every single one of you and your support. In celebration of 3,000 YouTube subscribers, today I'm going to do a roller coaster Q&A. I'm very excited to see what you guys have asked me, and I'm super excited to answer your questions. I'm Katie, and welcome to Katie's Coasters. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here to the channel, and without further ado, let's get right into this roller coaster Q&A. Okay, so a few days ago, I asked you guys on my Katie's Coasters Instagram account. First of all, if you're not following that, definitely go do so. But I asked you guys on a story the other day in celebration of 3,000 YouTube subscribers to leave me any roller coaster related questions you had for me, and you guys surprisingly left quite a bit. So today is the day that I answer all your questions you asked me about roller coasters. So I'm super excited, and let's start with the first question I got. The first question I see here is, what is your favorite row on Orion? So Orion is a B&M Giga coaster located at Kings Island. I actually rode this coaster just last weekend, and let me tell you, it was running so good. So much better than what I remembered. Honestly, it was like running almost Fury fast. It was insane. I really love it. Definitely a top tier Giga for sure. I got multiple front row rides on it last weekend, and just like Fury, they like slap every other row in the face because they're just so much better. Normally I'm a back row person just for the airtime, but I'm serious, on Gigas, the front row is definitely the way to go. The wind and speed in your face, there is seriously nothing like it. So my favorite row on Orion is the front row. Okay, next question I see here is, what's your top 5 most anticipated credits in the US and out of the States? I don't know if I can come up with 5 for the US. Oh, number 1, Wildcats Revenge, opening June 2nd at my home park, Hershey Park. So exciting. I'm just gonna name off my top 5 most anticipated overall coasters in the whole world because my mind is just going blank right now. I can't think of any other coasters in the US that I haven't ridden. Number 1 most anticipated coaster, Ride to Happiness. Number 2, Zadra. Number 3, Batman at Gotham City that just opened in Spain. Number 4, Wildcats Revenge. Number 5, Fly in Phantasialand. I kind of know my international credits, not really, but kind of. So that's a good like top 5 that I can just come up with on the spot. Okay, this is a interesting question. Worst roller coaster you've ridden? Me personally, I don't think I've ridden too many bad ones, thankfully. I would say it's either down to Mind Blower at Fun Spot Kissimmee, the original one. Obviously, it's getting an RMC retrack, which is exciting. Other bad coaster I ran in, Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure. I don't know who can love that ride. It's so bad. Can I just say Mind Blower? I can't think of anything else. Mind Blower. There you go. Did you ever think you'd hit 3,000 YouTube subscribers? I actually never really set goals for my subscriber count because I was like, hey, whatever happens, happens. I don't want to like get burnt out if I don't reach a goal. Now I'm really trying to set goals here, but yeah, in the near future I did see myself reaching 3,000. I didn't know how much more growth my channel would get, but obviously since I changed it to coasters now, it definitely was evident that I was going to reach it at some point, so I'm very thankful for that. Definitely set goals. I don't know if you're a creator out there yourself or not, but definitely set goals. Seriously, if you set a goal, you're going to be determined to follow that goal, and at least for me, I try to do everything humanly possible to reach that goal. Are you planning to go back to Six Flags Great Adventure anytime soon? For those of you who follow me a little bit on Instagram, my Katie's Coasters Instagram account, last year in 2022, we went to Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey like a lot. That was like our home park, our most visited park, I should say. This year, we're taking off for Six Flags and we're doing Cedar Fair parks and Busch Gardens and SeaWorld parks. We like kind of interchange every other year, so, but probably not going to Great Adventure this year, but if something comes up, I might stop by, but I'll definitely let everyone know before I make it there, so yeah. All-time favorite theme park, Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. That park is literally so good. I have 2 vlogs from Silver Dollar City. If you guys want to go check them out, here they are, and then I also will have them up here in the corner in the playlist. You can go click there and watch those. But yeah, Silver Dollar City is just a spectacular park. You have to go visit there. It is a must-visit theme park. What was the first roller coaster you rode, and what was the last one you rode? Okay, first roller coaster, this one always gets me. I'm like, what do you consider a big roller coaster? Are we talking like any coaster, like a kiddie credit, or are we talking like a first major coaster? The first ever coaster I rode was Kingdom Coaster at Dutch Wonderland, and then my first ever major coaster was Steel Force at Dorney Park, and then the last coaster I rode, that's a good question, it was actually at Camden Park in West Virginia, and it was a Little Dipper. It's basically a really small wooden coaster, and it's super sketchy, but yeah. More details on that in one of my upcoming vlogs. I have a whole vlog about this park. You'll love it. Great park. Yeah, you'll see what I mean in the vlog. Do you play any video games? Not really at the moment. I used to play a lot of Fortnite. Normally now my video game is called editing YouTube videos, so that's what I do now, and I find more enjoyment in that honestly now more than video games. But I did used to play Fortnite and I had good times with that, but we're moving on. And then what are your other hobbies besides coasters? Okay, so coasters is like my main one right now. Content creation is like my top one right now. That's all I think, sleep, dream, do. Yes, that involves coasters, but just content creation in general, there's so much more to it than just roller coasters, so I say that's a hobby for sure. I love to do anything social media content creating. I love to interior decorate and like design things as a side hobby to do just around the house and stuff. And I also like to go to NHRA drag races because that's such a thrilling experience. If you haven't seen my NHRA drag racing videos, definitely go watch them up here. I will link them, but they are the most epic race cars out there, the fastest cars on the planet, 330 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. These cars are insane and I seriously love them, so I like to go to a few races each year. Oh, and also just traveling in general, like not only just to ride roller coasters and go to theme parks, but like traveling and sightseeing in general. I just love traveling and it's so much fun, and exploring, adventuring. Yeah, that's great. Okay, next question. What's your dad's favorite roller coaster? Okay, this is a cool question. For those of you who don't know, my dad takes me around everywhere in the country to ride roller coasters to all the theme parks. He's like my chauffeur, but he also loves them too. Maybe more than me. No, that's a lie. We like them about equal. So he's a enthusiast too, you could say. So his favorite roller coaster is my number 2 roller coaster at the moment, Fury 325 at Carowinds. But it's a really good ride. So he loves Fury, I love Fury, and yeah, that's my dad's favorite roller coaster. What's your number 1 favorite RMC? Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. I mean, who doesn't have that as their favorite RMC? Like, let's face it, it really is good. Like, I'm not just going along with everyone else, it really is good. The airtime, the pacing is absolutely incredible. This ride just packs a punch from start to finish. And like getting night rides on this thing, just like, it's absolutely insane. I was so happy to finally ride it, and it does live up to the hype, so that's saying something. What's your other hobbies outside of coasters? I love this question, but we already said this. It's coasters and then content creation and social media, YouTube, whatever. Designing, decorating, traveling, NHRA drag racing. By the end of this video, you'll know everything I do. Yeah, but there you go. Do you like Busch Gardens Tampa or Busch Gardens Williamsburg better? Okay, so this is a great question because I love them both. Here's why. I love Busch Gardens Tampa for the rides better, but I love Busch Gardens Williamsburg for the park better. So, do we rank a park on the park or do we rank a park on the rides? I think we rank a park on the park. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is the better park, but I love Busch Gardens Tampa better for the rides because they have the best RMC. If you haven't seen my vlog for Busch Gardens Williamsburg, definitely go watch it up here. It's a really great vlog, and we had a great day for our first time at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Such a pretty park. Beautiful. Loved it. Ooh, non-coaster related question. Do you have any pets? I do not, unfortunately. Maybe one day, but I have a little sister instead, so take that any way you want. I'm joking, it's great. She's gonna be an enthusiast one day. Don't worry, I'm working on it. But yeah, I have no pets, but maybe one day. Ooh, we got a coaster hot take here. Montu over El Toro, Skyrush, and Velocicoaster. What? Are you crazy, dude? Do you not know what a good ride is? I'm not trying to like taking you out or anything, but like Montu's a great invert. Like one of the best, don't get me wrong. But like, okay, Skyrush, you can just like get out of the picture here. But El Toro Velocicoaster, dude, how is Montu better than that? Okay, I don't necessarily agree. Comment below if you all agree with that. Maybe we could do like a hot take video sometime and just have me cringe because I can't take hot takes that well. But yeah, interesting hot take. Congrats on the subscriber milestone. What's your camera / mount setup for on-ride footage? Oh, thank you for the congratulations. I'm super thankful, thank you. My camera mount setup for on-ride footage, it's actually not that fancy, but literally for my on-ride like footage and POVs, I either wear my GoPro chest mount or mainly, honestly, my like wrist mount, so yeah. And then I also have the GoPro Hero 11, so I really love it and I definitely recommend. Any plans to visit Europe parks? If so, which one would you want to visit first? Ah, we're going international. First Europe park if I were to visit one. This is a good question because I feel like there's so many good ones over there. So probably Energylandia if I would have to say. Their coaster collection just looks really top notch and Zadra, the RMC there, just looks really good. So that's just like kind of pulling my eye a little bit. So I would say Energylandia. Okay, wow, this one's funny. If your nose fell off, what would you do with it? Well, nobody knows what would happen to it. Duh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe King Dekal's speed is so powerful it would just like take my nose off. Is Kenobi Coaster your favorite coaster YouTuber? I love so many out there because everyone has their own style and personality and just way of doing their own things that everyone just stands out in their own way, and I love that all. So I don't know if I could choose a favorite, but how did you end up loving roller coasters so much? I really ended up seriously loving coasters because of my dad. He would take me to parks when I was younger, be getting off at Dutch Wonderland in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He would take me when I was like 4, 5, and 6 there. Just like as a starter park, and he just constantly would do it like as bonding time. And then we went to Dorney Park just like as a step up, and then we went to King's Dominion and I was 8 and rode Intimidator 305 and Volcano the Blast Coaster. That's really when something clicked in my head and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like these pieces of metal and wood that we ride. Like, they're thrilling. That's fun. I find enjoyment in that. So yeah, that's kind of how that started. He just took me around. And then the more and more parks we went to, the bigger coasters we rode, the just more I fell in love with them. Okay, we're getting down to the last few here. Best coaster you've ridden this year besides King Dekal? Well, I do love King Dekal, don't get me wrong. It's at Six Flags Great Adventure. It's the only currently operating strata coaster right now. It's the world's tallest roller coaster. It goes 128 miles per hour. It used to be my former #1 coaster, but things have changed and I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, I've actually not ridden King Dekal this year, so it's actually not my best coaster I've ridden this year in 2023. My best coaster I rode this year though has been Velocicoaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure. It's so good. It was my most anticipated roller coaster and I rode it and it just like was perfect. Okay, now we've made it down to the final question. What is your most anticipated international coaster credit? So I said this earlier in the video. You guys may or may not remember, but my most anticipated international coaster credit and most anticipated coaster credit of all time is Ride to Happiness at Plopsaland D-Pain. So this coaster is a Mach Extreme Spinner, the newest one to be built. There's only 2. One at Silver Dollar City being Time Traveler, and then this one, Plopsaland D-Pain Ride to Happiness. This coaster I have heard all good things about, like all good things. I love Time Traveler. It's in my top 10. So good, like it's so good. And I heard this one is just Time Traveler on steroids, and I'm like, I need that, but we'll see if I get there one day. But yeah, that is all the questions that you guys left me. First of all, thank you all so much for leaving responses and questions. It really means a lot, and I'm just super happy I could answer them. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to give it a like, and also subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. But thank you all again so much for 3,000 subscribers. It means so much. Like I said, I cannot wait to take this channel to the next level and just do the best possible content for you guys. Really thankful again for all your love and support you guys have shown everywhere, like on Instagram, YouTube, and do really appreciate it. So thank you all so much. I do hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.